Fun fact, the Dragon Ball franchise actually turns 40 this year and is worth over $10 billion, making it one of the most valuable franchises ever made. Let's talk about it. Now, everything starts with Akira Toriyama, who actually went to school for advertising, and a couple of years into the career, he actually quit to do something else. Essentially, everything starts in 1978 when Akira Toriyama found out about a contest in the Shonen magazine that was offering 500,000 and a spot in the magazine. Now, the thing is, he didn't win the competition, but they liked him so much they reached out to him and he still landed a spot in the magazine and he started producing a cartoon known as Wonder Island. So from there, he kind of found his footing in the industry and he ended up coming up with another comic called Dr. Slump just a few years later, and this would lead him to his magnum opus. Now, in the years he was working on Dr. Slump, Akira Toriyama really got into Kung Fu around this time and he became a huge fan of Jackie Chan films. So he wanted to come up with a new concept that could incorporate the themes that he was really feeling inspiring him at the time. That led to a concept known as Dragon Boy. And if you notice, that's actually Chi Chi who ends up in Dragon Ball. Eventually, he combined everything he learned and he created Dragon Ball the series in 1984. Now, in 1986, that's when the Dragon Ball anime first made its way on the television. Dragon Ball naturally became very popular in Japan, and he essentially grew the universe by making Dragon Ball Z. Now, by 1995, Dragon Ball Z made its way to the US. Now, fun fact is when Dragon Ball Z came to the US, it actually was met with a little bit of criticism because people were wondering if it was too much for kids to watch because of all the, I don't want to say the words because of the clock app, but yeah, there was a lot of controversy with it. However, because of Cartoon Network and Toonami, it really didn't matter. A new generation of kids found out about Dragon Ball Z, and its popularity in the US pretty much reached another level. From a commercial standpoint, this is when Dragon Ball Z really went to the next level. You started getting games like Dragon Ball Z Budokai, instant classic. A few years later, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Again, y'all weren't outside for this, man. You started getting movies, right? Like the Cooler movie. We even got offshoot shows like Dragon Ball GT, which technically was not canon, but before Akira Toriyama passed, he put out Dragon Ball Daima and it made Super Saiyan 4 canon. Chef's kiss. Now, the lore of Dragon Ball Z continues to this day with multiple remakes. They bring in different people to do different voicings. They change the lines a little bit. They also continued the story with Dragon Ball Super, which I hope comes back next year. They introduced new transformations, the whole thing. Dragon Ball Z has also showed up in pop culture. The picture above is from Creed 3, which starred Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan. And notice that that shot above is eerily reminiscent of a famous fight between Goku and Vegeta back in the Majin Buu saga. Goku has also made multiple appearances at the Macy's Day Parade, which is a huge consumer event in the US. Fans even got together to do a famous move from the show when Akira Toriyama passed a few years ago. 40 years and $10 billion later, Dragon Ball Z is still one of the biggest IP franchises to ever grace the earth.